also co-founded the Gal to Gal Foundation, a nonprofit organization, as you know, that raises funds and awareness for women and their families living with stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. Inspired by her cousin Robin and her close friend Janice, who both lost their battles to stage 4 breast cancer, Jean decided to do something for a forgotten population of women whose struggle against a devastating disease is often overlooked. So much of the focus is on prevention and research for a cure. However, nearly 300,000 women each year live with the effects of stage 4 breast cancer and an unknown future. I first heard about Design Her Gals and the Gal to Gal Foundation in May 2006. I had been diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer 6 months earlier, and I was very excited to hear about an organization that was working so hard to raise awareness about women and their families living with this serious condition. And the gals were so cute and glam. My then 6-year-old daughter used to like to dress them up, and I admit I used to like to do that. Since I was in the midst of my first chemo, I was excited to see that I could use the scarf option. And I remember writing to Design Her Gals and asking if they would make a Beat Cancer t-shirt, because that had become my mantra during my treatment. And as you can see, my gal is wearing that shirt that they made for me today.
Very good.
Jean Fitzmaurice wrote back to me personally, and that began a virtual friendship that has blossomed over the last couple of years. A little bit about me. I'm a wife and mother to 2 beautiful daughters, ages 4 and 8. I was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer when I was 35, 3 years ago. My diagnosis came as a complete shock, since there was no family history of cancer, and I was leading what I thought was a healthy, typical mom, though stressful, lifestyle at the time. And a few weeks after my breast cancer diagnosis, during routine pre-chemo testing, they had found that the cancer had already spread. So my initial diagnosis was stage 4 metastatic. So the news went from bad to worse, and we were just devastated. At the time, we were told that only 20% of women with my diagnosis lived another 5 years. Initially, I thought I was just told that I was dying from breast cancer, but now I believe that I'm living with advanced breast cancer, waging a battle against a tough enemy. My cancer diagnosis has brought about significant transformation in our lives. Some of its impact is obvious: enduring treatments and tests, and physical discomfort, and some sleepless nights. But other changes are more surprising, such as acceptance of my situation, perseverance to be a formidable opponent, and appreciation of the blessings I have in my life. Before my cancer diagnosis, I was an angry person, caught up in trivial details that now seem so unimportant, like how others perceive me. But I believe that my cancer diagnosis is a gift. It has changed my life and helped me realize that I have so many things to be grateful for, like my family and friends. My involvement with Gal to Gal. In October 2007, the Gal to Gal Foundation embarked on a groundbreaking fundraising campaign to coincide with Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The Gal to Gal Foundation sponsored a virtual walk across America, visiting more than 31 cities from Boston, Robin's hometown, to San Francisco, Janice's hometown. For a small donation, about the price of a cup of coffee, participants could create their own virtual walker, pick their eye color, their outfits, and write why they were supporting the cause. All proceeds from the walk went directly to charities that support families and stage 4 breast cancer patients and their families, including, as you heard Tamsin talk about, the fulfillment of wishes for special vacations or medical bills. To date, Gal to Gal has granted nearly $100,000 in supporting and the fulfillment of wishes for women with stage 4 breast cancer through our partnership with the Making Memories Foundation. This year, we are also teaming up with Living Beyond Breast Cancer and the Young Survivors Coalition, sponsoring the Advanced Breast Cancer Track for the 9th annual conference for young women affected by breast cancer. So we're now branching out and becoming involved in educational programs for women with stage 4 breast cancer. When I first heard about the virtual walk that the Gal to Gal Foundation was conducting last year, I enthusiastically joined with my husband and children. I felt so deeply that the world needs to know about what living with stage 4 breast cancer is like that I wrote to my local newspapers and television stations. My letter to the editor was published in our neighborhood paper, and my oldest daughter and I were interviewed by our local news affiliate. The story was eventually shown by nearly 15 affiliates around the country. That's when my involvement with the Gal to Gal Foundation shifted from a huge supporter to a board member when Jean invited me to formally participate in the foundation. And then in May 2008, exactly 2 years from when I first heard about Gal to Gal, Jean and the board of directors asked me to serve as their president. I am truly humbled by the honor to represent this organization who lends a voice to women like me. I feel a strong personal connection to our mission, and my participation with Gal to Gal has given me a newfound purpose and inspired me to speak up for women who may not feel comfortable using the term survivor, but are surviving every day, facing obstacles with courage and hope. Though I never had the privilege of meeting Robin or Janice, the inspiration for our foundation, my goal is to honor their memories, as well as the memories of all the women who have lost their battles to this tough enemy, so that women and families living with stage 4 breast cancer are never forgotten and receive the support that they need and deserve. As we embark on our 2nd annual virtual walk, I hope you will join me in supporting an important cause. During the month of October, especially during this time of year when we tell the stories of survivors and tend to congratulate ourselves on the strides we have made in beating breast cancer, I'm here to tell you that there's another side to breast cancer that often gets ignored. Women like me with stage 4 metastatic breast cancer who are not only battling breast cancer but are facing a lifelong struggle against the disease. Help me remind the world that we still have a long way to go before we can consider this battle won, until there comes a day when we are not needed because we have found a cure and no one must face living with stage 4 breast cancer. Thank you very much.